76% of penalty kicks go in. That means nearly 1 in 4 don't. In a World Cup shootout, that number gets worse. Professional athletes who have practiced this exact kick 10,000 times walk up to a ball sitting perfectly still on a white dot, 12 yards from a goal that is 192 square feet wide. And they miss. The goal doesn't move. The ball doesn't move. The only thing that changes is what's happening inside the kicker's head. A well-struck penalty travels at around 80 miles per hour. At that speed, the ball reaches the goal line in roughly half a second. But a goalkeeper needs at least 600 milliseconds to dive to one side of the goal, up to a full second to reach the top corner. The math doesn't work. The ball arrives before the keeper can physically get there. That means a penalty taken with any kind of precision should be virtually unstoppable. And yet, in the highest pressure moments in football, players send the ball straight into the goalkeeper's hands, or over the crossbar, or wide of the post entirely. Not because their foot fails them, because their brain does. In 2021, a team of researchers at the University of Twente in the Netherlands ran the first experiment to measure what actually happens inside a footballer's brain during a penalty kick. They fitted 22 players with headsets that tracked brain activity in real time, using a technology called functional near-infrared spectroscopy. Then they had them take penalties under increasing levels of pressure. Practice rounds with no goalkeeper. Then with a goalkeeper. Then a high-stakes round, with consequences on the line. Every single participant performed worse as the pressure increased. But the interesting part wasn't the misses. It was where the brain lit up when they happened. Players who scored activated task-relevant areas of the brain, the parts responsible for motor execution, kicking the ball, placing it in a corner, muscle memory doing what it had been trained to do. Players who missed activated something completely different. Their prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for long-term thinking, consequences, self-reflection, future planning. They weren't kicking a football. They were calculating what would happen if they missed it. Their brain had stopped executing and started thinking. And that thinking is what destroyed the kick. Scientists call this explicit monitoring. When you've practiced a skill thousands of times, it becomes automatic. You don't think about how to kick a ball any more than you think about how to walk up a flight of stairs. But when extreme pressure floods the nervous system with anxiety, the brain does something catastrophic. It pulls the skill out of the automatic system and forces it back into the conscious one. You start thinking about the mechanics of something your body already knows how to do. And the moment you think about it, you lose it. It's the neurological equivalent of asking someone to explain how they ride a bicycle and watching them fall off. But that's only half the story, because the brain betrayal starts before the kicker even reaches the ball. Geir Jordet is a professor of sport psychology at the Norwegian School of Sport Sciences. He spent 5 years studying every penalty shootout at every World Cup, European Championship, and Champions League final since 1976. Over 700 kicks. What he found was that the outcome of a penalty is often decided in the 6 seconds between the referee's whistle and the moment the foot meets the ball. Players who rushed their kicks, those who placed the ball and struck it quickly, missed significantly more often than those who took their time. England, one of the most decorated football nations in history, had the shortest average time between whistle and kick among Europe's top 8 teams. They also had the worst shootout record. Germany, with one of the longest preparation times, had an 85% success rate across 6 major shootouts. England managed 14% across 7. But Jordet found something else, something subtler. He measured what he called gaze behavior. After placing the ball on the spot, some players walked back while still facing the goalkeeper. Eyes forward. Others turned their back and looked away. The ones who looked away missed far more often. They weren't avoiding the goalkeeper. They were avoiding the fear. And the brain read that avoidance as confirmation that the threat was real. The anxiety deepened. The prefrontal cortex took over. The automatic skill collapsed. But here's the part that changes how you see this entirely. Jordet found that when a player needed to score to prevent immediate elimination, their conversion rate dropped to 62%. When the same kick would win the shootout instead, it jumped to 92%. Same player, same distance, same ball, same goalkeeper. The only difference was the frame, loss versus gain. And that framing alone caused a 30 percentage point swing in performance. The brain doesn't just react to the physical challenge, it reacts to the story it tells itself about what's at stake. And the damage doesn't stay on the pitch. During the 2006 World Cup, when Germany and Argentina went to a penalty shootout, hospitals in Germany recorded triple the normal rate of cardiovascular emergencies. In the Netherlands, after their team lost to France on penalties in 1996, there were 14 more deaths from heart attacks and strokes that day than the national average. The fans weren't kicking anything, they were watching, and the neurological weight of the moment was enough to stop hearts. A penalty kick is 12 yards, a stationary ball, and an open goal the size of a small room. And that's why the easiest kick in football, that is the hardest thing a human being will ever do. If you want to know what else your brain is doing to you without your permission, subscribe. We're just getting started.